This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello, and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, trying to make DIMIR control work in the best of one. And it's freaking hard. Oh my gosh, you have to run narrow answers like Disfigure, Heartless Act, and Eliminate, and Essence Scatter if your opponent's playing control. Or, wow, just great. You can tell I'm already flustered. You have to run these cards if your opponent's playing aggro, but you have to run Negates and Sinister Sabotage and some card draw like Reign of Revelation and Commence the Endgame if they're not. Oh my goodness. So, coming to you from the future. The games, some are good, some are infuriating. It's a roller coaster of emotions. I hope you enjoy it. And this is not the deck I play in most of the video. By the end of the video, I have missed my third land drop and my fourth land drop so many times, I actually cut back a number of cards to run 4 opt in the deck. I always run 26 land, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I keep a 3-lander and I never hit land drop 4. I keep a 2-lander, I never hit land drop 3. And I ended up like trimming a whole bunch of stuff just to get 4 opt in the deck to give me another chance. Because if you run too many lands, we don't have enough card draw. We don't have enough powerful card advantage threats like Uro and Krasis to be a 28 land deck. We can't run that many lands and get away with it because we don't have a card that says draw X cards in our deck. We could run Gadwick. That's about the only option for that, and I'm really thinking about it. But Opt does have sweet synergy with one of our key cards, which is God Eternal Kefnet, a card that Teferi made terrible, but Teferi is gone. So that was the main reason I've been messing with DIMIR control, is I want God Eternal Kefnet back before it rotates. Just another awesomely powerful, not broken, just a powerful, strong Mythic, you know, with a little bit of RNG flavor that is fun and comes as a creature, so it encourages you to play creatures. But it was just unplayable because Teferi both bounced it and turned off the ability. So, with Teferi gone, before War of the Spark rotates, we're running God Eternal Kefnet in DIMIR control. And yeah, this is a tale of 2 decks. This is the deck right here that beats up on mono red. This is the deck over here that beats up on various Nissa ramps. If we draw the right cards in the right order with some help from these cantrip effects and Cling to Dust's ability to keep the opponent from getting out of control with their graveyard, then we should, my friends, be able to win some frickin' games. But that is the tightrope we walk. Oh, don't forget to draw land. But yeah, like I said, these games are a roller coaster of emotion. If you like seeing me tilt and lose, you'll enjoy some rant. If you like seeing me epically pull wins out of my behind, you'll probably get some of that too. So I hope you like it. We're not going to do a post-game wrap, not on this particular one, but there is a super secret link at the end of the video to some content I have on YouTube right now that you probably don't know about. So I hope that you will check it out, and I guess I'll spoil it. Some of you may be interested, but on Arjuna's channel, he is my co-host of the Arena Craft podcast, we put up a video of me playing Jeskai Feather in Ranked in Historic, which is freaking sweet deck. So you should go check it out. There'll be a link at the end of this video if you want to watch this video first. So enjoy that. That is if my editor and I do our jobs well. And the Arena Craft podcast is a weekly show that we do talking about Magic. The episodes are available on the YouTube page for the Arena Craft podcast, but we're trying to put some gameplay and other stuff over there. And Arjun is a really good dude. He's trying to get into content creation more. He's trying to get monetized, and he needs 1,000 subscribers and some watch time on that channel. So just going over to the Arena Craft podcast page, hitting subscribe, and watching the Jeskai video would really help both of us out. So as we try to make our podcast dreams a reality. So I'm going to say in advance, thanks for watching this video, and enjoy. Let's give it a try. Can definitely play on curve. So maybe the game won't be over before it begins. Archfiend's Vessel. Yep, away we go. 2 disfigures now, though. That's not terrible. Should we let the opponent keep their vessel and just take 1,000,000 damage from it for a while? Well, we don't have a choice. They're already on curve. We have to be on curve too. Besides, this in the graveyard is more of a threat than this on the battlefield. Mayhem Devil, no thank you. Commence the endgame ready to rock and roll. They'll have claim though. You always have to keep that in mind. You almost don't want commence the endgame to happen. And these little guys are annoying because what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to counter Call of the Death Dweller, I guess. Gotta get rid of him somehow. Third Vessel, why not? Can't ambush because if they have call, they get double 5/5. Would be too big of a mistake to make. All right, nice. Really needed that. Really needed that. Coming at me? Yes, they are. Down to 13. Here comes Call of the Death Dweller. I am ready to sabotage it. Nope. Coward. Alright, let's start exiling these. 3 life for me. No land. And we are a card away from getting this back, so I guess we're chilling. Butcher. No thank you. Too annoying of a card. Make it stop. Alright, hang on to this so that we can have counter magic. And now the opponent's not attacking with the vessel. Now they're like, well, opponent started calling my bluff. They started exiling my graveyard. Vessel has to slow down and be the 1-mana 1/1 it always really was. Judith. Let's not. They still can't call the Death Dweller with the extra mana. I'll keep a Heartless Act. Good solid removal spell. Pump fake. Whoa, Strida. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Now the opponent's claim the Firstborn looks good, so we might see them go for it. But we'll Heartless Act the Woe Strider in response if they do that. No? They don't have a board advantage right now. I think we should bring back the Cling and get rid of the Vessel so we don't have to think about it. Although they have another one that they can get into the graveyard if they want to. We could draw a card. Drawing cards is good too. Killing the Woe Strider and then exiling it sounds really good though too. I just don't want to do nothing here. The problem is I tap out and I can't sabotage if I take that line. Alright, let's cancel the Vessel. Three more life is nice. That 6th land, it is buried, but fortunately we're drawing a lot of playables to buy the time. Fabled Passage. Fabled Passage turned out to be such an important card for so many things. Escape and of course the sacrifice synergies, but just the mana fixing. Luris, what are you gonna get? One of these creatures? It's just a solid 2-for-1 is what it is. Alright. Last counter gone. Risky. Disfigure. Sure. Just more removal. More and more and more. Claim the Firstborn. Destroy target creature with no counters. That's you, so they can't sacrifice it. Looks like they're going to get their scry on with the goat token and keep on top. That's scary. But remember, I learned this last time. You can disfigure something like an Archfiend's Vessel with the trigger on the stack if they bring it back. That Woe Strider is going to be a problem, though. 5-4. We can remove the counters and block with the Shark. I guess it's okay. Heartless Act can't kill it because of the counters. Alright, we should do something. No, we can wait. Control Mage. Just don't even use my mana. That has been a long time coming. Looks innocent enough. Draw some cards. Make a mass Queecha. Swap. Now the opponent gets to resolve something, but we get to turn around and hit him with the E, T, G, E. Never mind, got a little rougher. But no, it doesn't have to be. So, we can tap out. If we can Heartless Act this Woe Strider, enter the God Eternals, the Priest, that takes out the two biggest threats. We could also save the Heartless Act, but we do have to get rid of the Woe Strider, one way or another. Do we save the Disfigure or the Heartless Act? The Disfigure plays better with the other Commence. Tough decisions, guys. Control is hard. Give me a break. This gets bigger creatures, though. But this one's easier to hold a mana open for. Alright. But this one hits the 5/5 demon, if that is what happens. Let's keep that in mind, too. Okay, no scries. Because the opponent thinks they might get to keep their priest. Mill ourselves, of course. Don't want to give them more graveyard access, and this makes our clean the dust better. Shall we begin? The long, long, slow grind on their life total. Opponent looking at that Woe Strider again. Alright, 2-card graveyard with a Butcher and a Priest. Interesting. Still has all these goats. So, very tempting to enter the God Eternals here, but then they just bring it back again if they get one more card in the graveyard. And they probably will, because they can scry a few hundred times for it. But we don't have a counter. So we may as well be aggressive, right? I mean, enter the God Eternals is our sledgehammer. Let's drop it. Alright, they kept on top. Both Kefnets. Looks like it's up to 1-8-8 with a dream here, guys. Let's see what card they kept on top. It's not that land. That was in their hand. Village Rites is what they keep on top. Okay. Fresh pair of cards. They're really looking for claim. They find another vessel, the 4th of the game, and no Call of the Death Dweller. That's pretty savage. And the Woe Strider doesn't get to come back. Wow. If they had sacked the vessel, they could have done it. Could have brought back the Woe Strider. Now we're going to definitely exile that thing before it comes for another round. Because I don't know about you, I'm sick of it. Alright. Let's leave back the 2/2 to block the 1/1 lifelinkers. Another Village Rites? Why not? Interesting. How many Village Rites does it take? Serrated Scorpion. So many little critters, man. Uh-oh, they're pawing in that graveyard now. Like, what am I gonna call of the Death Dweller? Dreadhorde Butcher in the Vessel. We can let our opponent have their 5/5 and exile the Butcher, since we'd have to block and deal with that somehow. I guess we just eliminate the Butcher. Either way is fine, but the Butcher has haste, so it actually has instant impact. So let's just get rid of that. Stupid sacrifice deck, why won't you just die? Five acquired. How could you be so heartless? Eight, continue the smattering of this opponent. They will have to succumb eventually. We will not stop until opponent is completely dead. How much life has Cling to Dust gained? So much life this game. Top decks, baby. Alright. Respect it. Three more life. Might as well do this instead of a removal spell. Nice. Nice call of the Death Dweller. Alright, now if the opponent wants to counter race, they're taking 8 the whole way, so let's be aggressive. And finally, are they finally out of cool stuff to do? Did we make them sad? Sure. Because I learned you can do this. Destroy target creature with no counters. No, it has counters! Rip. Alright, let's try this. Oh, we'll just Heartless Act the Demon. What are we even doing? Who cares? We'll just Heartless Act this Demon. Opponent will never stop drawing. They'll never stop fighting. Their deck plays infinite magic. A lot of decks do that these days. It's kind of unreal for somebody who played Magic back in the days of we bounce cards off each other till somebody runs out of cool stuff. They just never run out of cool stuff. Ever. He says, as they possibly run out of cool stuff. Let's see. It's not a Croxa. They have run out of cool stuff. Alright. We don't need to do that, actually. We just have lethal. Whew. The grind, man. Grind is so real. You gotta be into the grind. It's a slow hand, but it might be okay. It depends how many creatures our opponent has in play on turn 3. It looks like the answer is going to be a couple. Let's scry the 5-drop to the bottom, as good as it is. Alright, I was scared. If it had been a Pride Mate, we'd be in so much trouble. So much. But it was not a Pride Mate. And we have some Essence Scatters to prevent the Heliod and prevent the Linden and prevent the Daxos. But we have to take a bit of damage from our lifelink friends. They're not my friends. They have a Blast Zone. Blast Zone can get them eventually. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Out of there. Temple Scry. More land, please. As much as I want those. Can't keep them right now. Awkward mana being awkward, guys. Alright, if that comes down and they sacrifice this, then they make it a 3-3, and the Disfigure doesn't kill it, so... Another counter. I really hope to catch a Heliod with these, but 'twas not to be. Up to 25, something to keep in mind if Speaker of the Heavens ever comes down. Another Essence Scatter. God bless you. Absolutely love it. Going for that 27 life. Do we let that happen? We can play one of these Disfigures, and we may as well. Let's see if the opponent wants to save the Hawk. We definitely don't want to use the Blast Zone and blow up our own land when we only have 4 of them. It's a little too aggressive for me. Archon. That can resolve. Our opponent's tapped low, so Heartless Act can hit this. Alright, play it slow. We have all counters in hand, so we can't do anything until the end step. The opponent has these castles, so there's going to be armies of 1/1, so we're going to need armies of sharks. But the opponent sometimes has Banishing Light. I don't know if that means we should... Don't know if that means if we should cycle this or play it. Let's drop off Cling. We can play it from the graveyard. Now things are starting to come together. But we're going to need a shark token so that we don't get run over by 1/1s that I can't counter. Enter the God Eternals is a good solution as well, although Alseid of Life's Bounty is a problem. Let's make it 3/3. Now the opponent can keep accumulating free 1/1s. The deck doesn't have an easy answer to Castle Ardenvale. Honestly, we have to figure out how to win the game. Enter the God Eternals is probably the best one because it makes a blocker and gains life. There's the Banishing Light. Don't think we can afford that. So negate it is. Would you like to be aggressive? No, they would not. Okay, Cling to Dust. Let's exile the Banishing Light, draw another card. Start turning our graveyard into cards, and the opponent just scoops. They've got no time for that. No time at all. I, B, Gaiman, Disfigure, Essence Scatter, Negate, on the draw. Again! But this hand is good. I won't get run over. We'll need a way to compete later. I don't want to get too far behind. Let's actually set up to Disfigure the Runaway Steamkin, and then we can Essence Scatter the Annex, because every mana matters when you're a turn behind against red. Red doesn't keep a hand with no 1-drops unless they have some pretty good cards. Oh, really? Oh, that's annoying. I guess I'm gotta let that one go. It's just 1 damage a turn, but man, is that obnoxious. They already played a land. I don't think they have light up the stage. That or they're just not much for sequencing that card. Kefnet. Kefnet is awesome. How about Enter the God Eternals? That is also awesome. Can I has that, please? Heartless Act, I'll keep it. So, Bone Crushies. I think we have to let the opponent's Bone Crusher Giant resolve as much as I'd love to hit it with a negate. I actually want them to spend their 3 mana on casting this, so that we can spend 2 mana on countering it. As much as it feels like a war on your life total, red is also a war on your mana. You need them to spend their mana on things that you can answer. Alright, that's obnoxious. That's the way it goes. Alright. So, let's say go. We have a removal spell and a counter. I don't think we slam the Kefnet here. Maybe we're supposed to. That's fine, we can counter it. Not counter it, but Heartless Act it. Rimrock Knight. Okay, that's a negate. Robber of the Rich. That can be an Essence Scatter. It's their last card. Let's get the Essence Scatter out of our hand. It'll be awkward to try to play it later. After a turn where you have to tap out. Alright, Kefnet, do the Kefnet thing. If the opponent top decks Embercleave, I'm going to cry. A lot. That's acting like they drew a Bone Crusher Giant. Let's take it. Respect it. And then they pass. And we did not draw a good card, but now we're on defense. We can make a 1/1 to block. We have a Heartless Act. We can blow up a creature before the Embercleave is powerful enough. Yep. Make a 1. Draw Sinister Sabotage, but let's decline to reveal it. Okay, they did draw a shock. Sure. Let's block the Rimrock Knight. I don't think they have a second one. They didn't draw 2 shocks in a row. Yep. Land? Will Kefnet ever hit something? Stay tuned. Shark Typhoon! I think here you definitely slam it. Even the opponent's best draw off the top, like an Embercleave, you're okay. You'll survive till another turn, and once you have another turn, you start making free sharks, then you can get aggressive. There we go. It took us 3 turns, but we found something. Free 1/1 shark, and I kill your creature? You'll love to see it. Take 4. Tor Brand, that's a Heartless Act victim. Maybe I should have waited till my draw step. If I draw an Enter the God Eternals, I would have really wanted to use it, but there you go. Down to 9. This can make another shark. That's 8. There, that's lethal. Take that to red to mage. That was mono red. They were mono red. But not enough attack face, and now they're dead. Now, if this isn't an MTG Arena shuffler hand, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. This is the perfect example of why this game is messed up. Alright, send it away. Now we get a 2-lander, but we'll never get to land drop 4. Just guaranteed. Just guaranteed. Now we're on the draw, so we should keep the spot removal spell and ditch the scatter, or we could ditch the sabotage, but yeah, I guess it's not clear that we're going to draw another blue. Goose. Who still plays that Goose? This person. This maniac. Well, there's our other blue. But I think we just hold off on using this. We could use it on turn 1, but who knows? We might find something to cling. We have all these 2-drop spells. I don't think we'll be missing out if we have to play this on 3, and we do get something to cling. Our opponent is super rampy pants. Definitely, this is not a good matchup for spot removal. We need to draw counters, counters, and more counters. So that sabotage we put on the bottom, that's an oops at this point, guys. Slow down, buddy. Slow down. The opponent, we could just kill the Goose now. The Fable Passage looking awkward. Let's keep the negate open. They could Nissa, and if they don't play something, we can disfigure the Goose. Cultivate. Do we negate that? Better to negate the Ugin or whatever they're going after. Because they probably have plenty of land and plenty of ramp in their deck, and only a few cards that are good payoffs. Of course, the Hydroid Krasis, that is the punish, you know. If they have that, rip. Good draw. That's where a Narset would be nice, which is something I didn't include in the deck because I found myself on my heels so much. It just never seemed like I was able to use the Narset. Okay, the opponent's saying go here. So, no Krasis yet. Still not enough cards in our graveyard for a Cling to Dust, but we can make a Baby Shark. This isn't a good matchup for the 6-mana Shark Typhoon either if they just Ugin us. Tapping out's very hard. But keeping the deck going by drawing some cards, that's a good idea. Another Passage. 5 cards in the graveyard. We have to watch out for number 6 here because of Uro. And they didn't get there. So let's take out the Uro. How could you be so heartless? Enter the God Eternals. We could tap out, play this, make a 4/4. I don't think that's worth it. Would be pretty cool though. Nissa who shakes the world? Nope. More counters. Essence Scatter. I guess it counters an Uro, and then we can Cling to Dust, but I don't think that's particularly great. I think we need to do better. Keep it coming. I really am thinking about this Enter the God Eternals now, though. What creature would they resolve? Obviously, a large Krasis would be a huge problem. In so many ways, but Heartless Act doesn't get rid of it either. So I can't play around that. But I do want to fill my graveyard so that we can keep using Cling to Dust, and I want to increase the clock. Mass manipulate the token. Okay, we can Heartless Act it. Not a big deal. And by that I mean we can make it a 1/1. And then draw a Disfigure, of course. Hit it. What else you got? Mass Manipulation. Definitely going after the Sultai decks. Let's get Nissa out of the graveyard. Get deeper into our graveyard.
My strength fades.
Commence, okay. And there's a castle. That's pretty helpful for making sure that we can find the things we need. Another Cultivate, totally fine. I guess if there's something we can take away from this game, it's what to counter and what not to. Although, it's also very important that you get lucky and your opponent not draw Hydroid Krasis, because that card, with all the lands we let them get with Cultivates, very devastating. Alright, now we have to counter a Mass Manipulation, but I'm down with that, because we got a 1-turn clock and 3 counter spells, mana for 2. And they only have 2 cards. So this game is a wrap. Uh-huh. Grazer? Sure. See if we can reveal something off the Kefnet to kill it, because that would be hype. Yeah. Here, check out my island. And in a Heartless Act, CGB dispatches a Simic Ramp player. I wish we were on the play. I've got this sinking feeling we're going to be way behind by the time that we do anything. Freaking mono red, man. Alright. Disfigure is a good one. Reign of Revelation is a bad one. So that worked out pretty well. Robber of the Rich. Fervent Champion. Hit a negate. Feel good. Feel good about your life. So that makes next turn really awkward. We just have to kill this robber. So... Or... I guess if the opponent does nothing, I do nothing, then we get... I'm thinking about Annex, you know? Like, what if the opponent attacks with both and does nothing else with their mana? Are we happy? I guess we're happy. And we have to get, like, we have to make sure that we can counter an Annex. So let's just pass. And then next turn we can pay 2 life, or maybe draw an untapped land, disfigure the robber so that they don't get access to the negate again. Of course, if they have some sick 1-drops, that's a problem. We can also cycle Shark Typhoon if they do absolutely nothing here. A 1-drop would be brutal. But nope. Alright, in that case, cycle this for 0. Just get deeper in the deck, get a card in the graveyard for the Cling maybe. And hopefully not have to shock in this Watery Grave. Can the opponent cycle Shark Typhoon? I don't think they can, right? Because it's not in their hand. Awkward. Alright, now we'll take out the robber. Hopefully they don't have any cool instants. No cool instants one time. Yeah, they've got something. They've got something. Zero, Bone Crusher Giant. If they don't, then we were masters last turn to give them nothing to negate, but of course they have it. Of course they do. Red always has the good cards. 100,000,000%. That's not fun. Now I've got to figure out what to do. We could Heartless Act this. And then next turn we have Disfigure and Essence Scatter. But the opponent also just... if they have another land and get to resolve another thing here, that's so bad. I think we have to be mana efficient. I think leaving the one blue doing nothing would be a big mistake. And we can't take 4. It's too much, in my opinion. I don't know, some people might take 4 there. Now, no land Bone Crusher, don't do it. Okay. Sweet. Sweet. That's... anything else? Okay. It's kind of what we like to see, although getting mana screwed's a bit unfortunate. A bit unfortunate? Extremely unfortunate. Okay, go. Fervent Champion again? The third one? Stupid mono red. Alright. What else you got? Looks like that Embercleave has to stay home. They're probably thinking stupid Disfigure. Again? This is mono red. We play mono red. Mono red. Attack phase till they're dead. Alright, land. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Cling to dust. For land. Unbelievable. Shark Typhoon Cycle for a land. I'm having a meltdown. CGB is going to explode. I have another Rimrock Knight. Oh, nope, just skewer the critics. I hate this so much. What the hell, man? What the hell? 2 land hands. Infinity. I freaking hate the arena, man. And look at this. No in between. Absolutely no in between. Alright, let's do it. CGB whiny pants, let's go. I'm keeping it just because I need to get to 5. If I play another aggro deck and I get to 5 with Enter the God Eternals, I'm pretty favored. Pelt Collector has to die sometime. Might as well be now. How could you be so heartless? Rip. GG, dude. Yeah, you hate to see it, everybody. That's so perfect against me, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. You hate to see it. Get wrecked. Yesterday it was Shifting Ceratops. Today it's Garrick's Harbinger. How? How does the Arena Shuffler always have it? It's fine. I'll live. Nothing like getting spanked by random cards. Hey, cool. I get to do this. So, we need a Shark Typhoon. All the amass cards don't help. Kefnet would be good too. You know, those cards we draw like a million of when we don't need them. Those cards. Those would be nice. This is 4. This is Exile 5. We're not going to be able to cast Heartless Act and Cling to Dust. Our opponent took it to full Rope Town. We might have a DC in our darkest hour. Wow, no way. It passed their turn. Alright. You're giving me a chance. These are great cards, but they don't do the job. Like, we need Shark Typhoon pretty much. Not much else can do. That's another land. That's not good enough. I should just say go. Stay DC'd. It's my only hope. It's really my only hope. Kefnet and Shark Typhoon are answers to the current situation. Our opponent, AFK, for a whole turn. They might still win. That might be just how screwed we are. Wow. Opponent DC lost during Garrick's Harbinger's finest hour. Can you believe it? It's a freaking gift, man. I think the hand is keepable. It might be a little awkward because I'd love to turn 1 opt, but I also want to be able to sabotage on 3. So I guess we're not opting on turn 1. We should go fetch blue. We can squeeze an opt in some other time. Alright, Sprite Dragon it is. If the opponent gets the Stormwing Entity down next turn, rip. Pretty wrecked. Not a bad draw though. I'm just going to eliminate now. They might play negate, they might play ionize. There's lots of options. Back up Sprite Dragon. Could be worse, but it's probably going to hurt. Here's an opt from the opponent. And the clock begins. Disfigure. That's a draw. We should just do that now, shouldn't we? But then we don't get to sabotage something. If the opponent can respond to multiple spells for this, they would have played an entity last turn if they had it. They scryed to the bottom. Their hand isn't perfect. Let's put out another swamp. We might opt into another disfigure, or we might opt into a Cling to Dust. Straight up, full price, Winged Words, 2 cards. Cool. Opponent's sitting on a shock because there's no targets. Otherwise, they're on some kind of a hold full control priority thing, but shock makes a lot of sense in their deck. Let's grab the Typhoon. Strong card. Does strong things. Alright, Kefnet, get him. Get him. Kefnet won't be around much longer. More of the Spark. What a frickin' set that was, you guys. Riddle Form. Obnoxious card to deal with. But still has to get through the Kefnet. Ooh. Yeah, let's do it. Why the heck not? Why the heck not? Reveal, commence the end game. Oh baby. Make a 7/7. Let's hold this back to block the Riddle Form. It's a good feeling. This is the finest Amass deck, by the way. Has commenced the endgame, enter the God Eternals. Best Amass deck you will ever see. The finest and the strongest. Opponent's going to power up the Riddle form. We'll hold this opt. If the opponent attacks, we're definitely going to block, and if they then spend a spell to kill the God Eternal Kefnet, we can opt to get it back pretty quickly. Because God Eternal Kefnet, when it dies, it goes in third from the top. It doesn't die a normal death. You do get the option. You can leave it in the graveyard. I don't recommend it. Alright, they also have a Borrower for the 7/7, so the opponent spends their turn, stabilizes the board a bit. And another Riddle form. Okay, they are not going away just yet, but we have a ton more cards than they do. So we bottom this, we draw this, then we draw Kefnet again. But we could slam the Typhoon. If they have another Brazen Borrower, that's a bad look. Most of the time, it's pretty good. But I think I like playing the Kefnet and just having the Essence Scatter available. If I untap with the Kefnet, if they don't make progress on the board, maybe you can talk me into Typhoon slamming. Comes Crash Through. Animate Riddle form. Is the card off the top a good one? Not even a bluff attack. With all these counters, I shouldn't slam a Shark Typhoon. But I'm a gonna. But I'm a gonna. Oh yeah. The sharks are coming for you. But I'm tapped out. Do your worst. Do your worst. This Is It Tempo deck is picking up a lot of popularity. It made the top 8 of a Red Bull untapped 1,200 person tournament. Merchant did a video about it already. I'll probably cover a version that I like. I'm gonna let the buzz wear down a little bit. Yeah. It's time to enter the God Eternals and make a 5/5 Flying Shark. Oh yeah. Good day. Good things happened. The opponent has this often unused ability on Riddle form to scry. They haven't used it yet. Maybe they're feeling hopeless, but it is on there. It's 3 freaking mana. It's kind of crazy, but if you got nothing else to do with yourself, I guess that's another thing you can do if you have nothing to do with yourself. Bone crush your own face. Hit that record. Yeah. Disfigure, eliminate, opt. Let's do it. Let's roll. On the play, I think we get the tap land out of the way. On the draw, I think we play the swamp if the opponent comes out fast and furious with creatures blazing. Fast and furious with creatures blazing. Time for another round with everybody's favorite. This is mono red. We play mono red, but this time we're gonna have mana. Blow your mind, right? All right, let's disfigure the robber. We might need to eliminate for an annex. Let's opt Typhoon. Typhoon's really slow, and we are too early in the game for a Typhoon, I think. But make a 2/2, can block that Fervent Champion, guys. But not until after we play Kefnet. Kefnet occupies that spot on the curve. Hold on, guys. I have to go scare a chipmunk. There we go. I don't know if you could hear that on the microphone. The little guy was starting to annoy me. Let's play the Blast Zone. It will hold priority and disguise that we have something. And we can charge it if we decide that we need to, but unlikely. Robber, we can eliminate that. And now it looks like it's the opponent's turn to mish the land drops. Something you sign up for with mono red. But it seems to not happen as much as you'd think. Anyway, Kef. It's a very large creature for them to try to figure out. Whoa! Okay. What you gonna do, red cap melee this? They really want to light the stage. Desperation. Desperation stage lighting. Alright, let's see if we can reveal something sick. That's fine. For those wondering, my definition of sick, Enter the God Eternals would be up there. I'll take out the Spitter because it does damage regardless of whether or not it hits me. We'll hold back the Kefnet to eat the Fervent Champion. But our opponent found their land now. This is fine. We have a Blast Zone to hit 1-drops if they keep this up. Keep lighting that stage. I'm sure you'll get out of this eventually. Uh-huh, another Spitter. Let's decline there. They're going to hit another Castle Embereth. I've got enough removal spells. Do I want to Blast Zone this and go down to 3 land? I get a 3 for 1. It's so good. They play mono red. This is mono red. Alright, well. Boom. What's more important, their 3/1/1s or my land? See what they do. They need more than the Torbrand. It doesn't... I guess they can use the castle, right? Let's see. Okay, they go for the cleave. We can counter it, and then the Torbrand dies. They could have a shock, but the way that priority's passing, it doesn't look like it. Nice Torbrand, dude. Nice. I should reveal that island just to be like, haha, look, I drew it. Time to bring the pain. And the opponent says go. Are they on the triple Embercleave hand? Maybe. Three more turns. Yes, do it. Play your weapon. We'll get to decide if we need a negate or not after this attack step. Ooh. Could enter the God Eternal target myself and then have a 2-turn clock, but seems pointless. It's a fancy play, but there's no reason. And the opponent flooded out brutally. And Kefnet brings it home. Back in the top 200. Yeah.
Untitled